All right, everybody. Well, welcome to tonight's discussion with Dan Edition. It's about 4 minutes after 6. In the interest of everyone's time, we'll get started. I can see our participant account is huge. We're a couple away from breaking the all-time record that we broke 2 weeks ago with the pay rate initiative. So thanks for joining us again today. Really appreciate you being here with us. I'll address one of the first questions that just popped in there already, but as a reminder, if you use the Q&A feature on the bottom of your screen there, our panelists here will get you some answers to any questions you might have. The first one that popped in are what happened to my glasses. So if you were logged in last week, I was at the Diamond. BG and Dylan and I were dodging lightning bolts, but I had on a pair of glasses. I was working at Meadow Event Park and I rubbed my eye and I must have scratched something, and the doctor told me I couldn't wear my contacts. Of course, I didn't listen. So Sharon stole my contact lenses from me to make sure I didn't wear them, and I wore glasses for about 2 weeks. But I can see I'm back, hopefully back to normal or as normal as I get. But no glasses today. We'll see how that goes. Sam put a pair of safety glasses on my desk for any time I go work an event from now on. I have to wear my protective gear. So welcome to our bonus fourth discussions with Dan. Certainly thrilled to have you all here tonight. Thanks for taking a couple of minutes. We keep these brief. We're recording it, so you're able to go back and look. But why this bonus edition? Why did we come back with a fourth after we said we were going to do 3 of 3? Well, one, the crew you're looking at here on camera asked. They asked me to. So of course, the answer is yes. And then they said, well, we haven't told you what we want you to go talk about yet. And I said, doesn't matter. It's an opportunity to go chat. So thrilled to be here, thrilled to listen to them, and really amazed and humbled by the turnout. Again, hundreds of people logged in with us tonight. So thank you very much. But really the mission for this one is because our staff challenged us. Our staff came to me and they challenged me, and information and really ideas from staff came in last week about how to put more money in your pocket. We're trying to recruit more people here. We're trying to get folks to come to work and help us in the fall. And our staff came to me with a challenge, and it was a really good one. And we're going to talk today about how to put $100 bills in your pocket. I'm pretty pumped about it. We'll get to that in a second. Quick housekeeping stuff. Remember, use the Q&A feature on the bottom. And I want to thank some of our panelists for being here today. You can see on your screen, Dylan Gordon is here with us today. This would not be happening if it wasn't for Dylan sitting back in his office. He's kind of like Oz back there behind the curtain, making things happen. So Dylan, thank you. Stacy Shippey is here with us tonight from our Charlottesville team. Thanks, Stacy, for joining us. CT has joined us from what I think wins the prize as the best location. She's out, looks like on the back deck. CT, thanks for joining us. Sheila, thank you very much for being here tonight and taking some time out of your night. And Emma, CT, Sheila, and Emma from our HR department are here to help us with any questions you might have. Greg Stubblefield looks like he's still sitting in his office. He's not hiding in his car this time like he did in the Thunder Lightning last week. Good to see you, Greg. Jim Reynolds is here with us to answer any training and DCGS questions you might have. Mark Sartori has joined us tonight if you have any questions with regard to events and planning for the fall. And RJ and his immediate supervisor, Jordan, have joined us tonight. Jay, good to see you. Bob Palkovich is with us for any training or HR questions you may have for Bob. Patrick Flower is here from us from our Charlottesville office, and BG is here. It appears as though Debbie got him all set up on his laptop and helped him get logged in. Is that right, BG? Good to see you. Thank you.
I'm on my phone.
All right. Thanks for joining us. So again, we're recording this, folks. We'll publish it, and we are pleased for you joining us tonight. I think we might have just broken a record. The number is still climbing, so it's awesome to see this turnout. I really appreciate it. We have some really cool news that you're going to want to share after tonight's session. So thanks for joining us. Really, to recap, what did we talk about in the first 3 sessions? There were just a couple really key ones. One, if you recall, we lifted the 1,500-hour annual cap. The Affordable Care Act did not change. We did. So do not stop when you hit 1,500 hours. You will just become qualified for our full-time health and dental benefits next year. Really great change for us, really great change for you. We want you to keep working this fall, keep earning dollars, and we'll get you on our health and dental full-time plan next year if you do qualify for that this year. Second big topic we covered was we released our September and October calendar information. Those calendars are out as of, I think, yesterday or today, or they're coming out in the next day or two. And when you see those things, get those suckers filled out and get them back, because it ties into our pay rate initiative, which was an immensely successful conversation we had 2 weeks ago. Remember, signing up for 5 football games will get you $1 in the Western region. All 7 games get you a 20% raise, $2. And in the Eastern region, signing up for 2 Saturdays a month in September and October gets you $1. And signing up for all Saturdays in the fall gets you a 20%, $2 raise. Unbelievably good feedback about that, and a lot of good questions. So if you have questions, I encourage you to reach out to Greg in the East, Josh in Harrisonburg, and of course, Patrick and Stacy in the West, and we'll get you those answers. If you're in Tidewater, certainly invite you to reach out to Brett so we can get you any answers you might have to questions on that. We talked about our scheduling, our monthly scheduling being mandatory. We just want to hear back from everybody, whether you can work or not that month. We just want you to turn a schedule back in every month. And then finally, that raise we talked about, what a huge impact that we hope it has for you and for our staff. And we talked about 9/11 being a reverse scheduling day, that everybody on September 11th is going to get scheduled for an event. We still want you to pick on your schedule, but if you don't pick, we'll pick for you. And then we'll, in return for having a reverse schedule day, we'll pay everybody a marquee rate that day, which will be 1.5 times your hourly rate, which could be 1.5 times your higher rate if you take advantage of the pay initiative. So that's what we've been talking about for 3 weeks. Again, those are recorded. We'll be sharing them, and we're going to share the heck out of those. So we hope you do too. But tonight's topic, what are we going to talk about tonight? We have 2 things to talk about tonight. One, more jobs for your friends in a unique, specifically new category for you to share, and then how to put $100 bills in your pocket. So let's take care of new jobs for friends and people we know first. Emma and CT have been and Sheila have been working hard to try to find an option for folks to work seasonally during these busy times. They won't have full access to the calendar like you do, but they will be considered to be peak season and marquee event staff. So typically, as you know, we've only hired 18 and over, and you got to complete the full DCGS class to be a full-scale categorized employee with our organization. Well, effective today, we're going to offer a category of peak season employees, marquee event only, where they could be 17 years old or higher, 17 or higher, and they can just work during peak season and marquee events. What's peak season and marquee events? Could be Saturday football games, could be NASCAR weekend, could be graduations. It's any events that Patrick or Mark or Greg or Brett or Josh in Harrisonburg deem a busy marquee day that we can use non-security staff to take tickets and park cars. Good opportunity for folks to work, good opportunity for us to bring more people into our organization, and really a good stepping stone for someone who may want to start out as that. And then when they turn 18 or they have more time on their hands or they want to work more events, they can then ask to be put through the 01E DCGS class, which opens up a world of new events for them that are only available to you. So these folks can come in, they can work on busy Saturdays, they can work NASCAR. And then if they want to take the full class and get their full DCGS certification, it then opens up the full calendar of events for them as well. So if you know folks out there who might just want to work on Saturdays and may not want to be able or might not be old enough to go through the DCS class, they can now apply for peak season marquee event staff through our application process. Mark that on the application and we'll get them started. CT or Emma, is there anything specifically about how they can get started or the application process that I might have missed?
No, you hit it, Dan. When they go to apply, the peak season will be a drop down that the person can mark that that's what they're interested in.
Awesome, thank you. We'll start those folks at $10 an hour and they can come work peak season, non-security. They'll go through a 4-hour orientation class about RMC events so we can teach them all about who we are and our culture, but they'll be able to work those big Saturdays that we're looking for extra help. What's important? Why should we refer those folks? Well, those are the days we need the help. Those are the days we will take parking attendants and ticket takers, and we typically use groups for this. But it occurred to us, while we keep paying these groups to do this, which is fine, why wouldn't we want to pay family members or neighbors or friends of our family that could also come out and take tickets that may not be part of a lacrosse group or a civic group or an organization? And they can make money working right alongside us doing non-security functions. And again, their calendar will be limited. If they want more events and more opportunities to work rest of the calendar events, they can take the DCGS class and they can sign up full-fledged for DCGS categorized staff like everybody else. So really good opportunity, excited about it. And it should hopefully help us in these fall on these big events. All right, now to transition. I'm going to change my locations here real quick. So hold on one second and I'm going to switch my background a little bit. And I'm going to sit in here, which if you're not paying attention, It's a bank vault. Why am I sitting in a bank vault? Well, because I want you to have some money, and I hope you need a little safe box vault like this after we talk about what we're going to talk about. So our second and last initiative we want to talk about tonight is this. We've had referral programs in the past. Let's talk about them real quickly for a second. We've given you permanent raises of 25 cents if you referred somebody, 50 cents if you referred two people. I can assure you this, tonight, we're going to announce our next referral program that's going to last for the next 7 weeks. It's going to last until August 25th, 7 weeks from tonight. And it is our biggest, baddest, boldest referral program we've ever had. These folks on this screen, you should thank, because they pushed me through a window, through a door, and back up and down the hallway. But this makes sense. This referral program is the largest one in our company's history. And here's what you do. You find some folks who may want to work with us. You get them to fill out an application. They fill out an application. We interview them. They get hired. They get offered a training class. When they complete that DCJS training class, or when they complete that 4-hour non-security peak seasonal 4-hour training, and they work their first event, we will put in your pocket, as soon as they work their first event, we will drop in your pocket a $100 bill for every single one of them. Okay, so trick is this. You go get a neighbor to list your name on their application. They get hired, they go through the class, they work their first event. I'm going to give you $100. That neighbor has a husband. You get both that couple to come on in and complete that class and work their first event. You get $200. 5 people, $500. There is no limit. The kicker, when you hit 10, if you do refer 10 people, seriously, we will add $1,100 to your check, 100 for each of the 10, and a bonus kicker 100 for being really cool. So yes, you can get $100 for every single person between now and August 25th that you get to fill out an application with us. Why are we doing this? Well, one, quite simply, we want to hire. And we can spend these dollars in newspapers. We can spend these dollars paying Facebook. We can spend these dollars on billboards and digital ads. None of those dollars goes in your pocket. And quite frankly, the best people we've ever gotten within our organization have been referred to us by you, by other folks who work with us. So quite frankly, I'd rather pay you. And if you bring in 3-4 people, we'll give you $300 or $400. It is that simple. Go out, talk about it. Go to church, stand up in front of your civic organization, get 20 people, and let me pay you $2,200. It's the easiest money you'll make. Send us folks. Here's how it works. Again, they fill out an application. They have to list your name on it. They have to fill out this application and submit it by August 25th. Then we'll interview them. They get offered a job and they finish class, either one of those 2 classes. They must finish class by September 12th. Again, August 25th to apply, September 12th to finish class, work an event, you get $100 for every one of them that listed your names. Emma, did I do that justice? What did I miss?
You did great.
Notice, everybody, how many folks from our finance department are on this call right now? None, because we didn't invite them. They're the ones that have to keep paying out the $100, and we didn't invite them tonight, and they're not on this call. We want to pay out $10,000, 100 new hires. If you guys break the bank and you refer in 200 people, and our finance department has to pay out 20 grand to you in your pocket, I will be missing for a few days, but I'll be back. I promise. We will make those checks. They will be in your checks, and you will get a $100 bonus in your check for every person that you refer by August 25th, who goes through class by September 12th. And when they work their first event, it will activate your bonus. Super excited about that. Think of what we just talked about in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Forget the hours cap. Keep working. Go ahead and give yourself a 20% raise by signing up for events. Oh, and if you want to make $1,000, please go ahead and do so. Go find 10 folks and we'll give you $1,100. 10 for the 10 referrals and a $100 kicker for crossing 10. Pretty excited about it. Again, you have 7 weeks to do it. We're also going to help you out. Our fine folks within the HR department have created this little card right here. You're going to see these start to show up at events. It's the Join the RMC Events team card, and it has a QR code on it, and it's blank on the back. It's just blank. We're going to get these in your hands. We're going to have them in our offices. Patrick and Stacy are going to have them. Greg's going to have them. JB is going to have them. Brett's going to have them. Rich going to have them. We're going to get these in your hands. Put them in your pocket. Put 4 or 5 in your pocket. When you're out there working a concert at Sprint Pavilion, you're working an event up at Meadow Event Park, you're at a Squirrels game, and someone says to you, how do I get a job there? Put your name on this card. Put it on it and tell them to list you on their application, and then you will get $100 when they get hired, finish their class, and work their first event. Super simple. And if we schedule them for an event while they're in class, yes, that qualifies. This is an awesome program, and we're going to help you by giving you these cards. So get your hands on some of these cards. If you don't have this card in your pocket and you're at an event and someone says, how do I get to work an event like that? How do I get a job like that? Give them your name, tell them to apply by August 25th, get their number so you can follow up with them and get it in so you can make yourself $100. All right, as we transition here, remember, use the Q&A on the bottom, and we'll get those answers to you. A couple questions are starting to roll in, so our panel will get to those answers. The first one's really easy. Does the referral have to be event staff, or can they join ESS? External. That is a super question. This program is geared towards event staff right now. We have not rolled this into our ESS program, but this idea came from ideas from staff, and it came from ideas from our HR department. So we'll keep that in mind, and we'll try to roll that in quickly. Greg, did you want to make a point on that, Greg? You good? I think you went to answer that, but I might have jumped in there. So any other questions on that? Keep putting them in the Q&A. And remember, the referral program starts today. We did not have a referral program active since pre-COVID. I think the last time we had a referral program was 2019, and we did not have one since then. So effective beginning today, July 8th, for everyone that fills out an application that comes in and goes through class and completes class before September 12th, this referral program is active. Applications in by August 25th. So when your friends go through class, then they can work really cool events with you, like this one, which I will see you right here in Scott Stadium in a couple weeks, September 4th, when we open up against who, Flower? Who? What sorry suckers do we get to play on September 4th? Moorhead State? Who do we get?
William & Mary for UVA.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Brett's going to be so upset with me if I just picked on William & Mary like that. So get those friends to sign up, make yourself $100. And when they're standing with us right here at this stadium on September 4th, September 11th, you will put $100 in your pocket. Now, when the fall is over and the winter's going on and you are ready to maybe take a little time off and you have $1,000 in your pocket, $1,100 that you just made, what should you do with it? Well, I mean, you can do with it whatever you want. I would recommend something along the lines of this, but it is completely up to you how you spend those dollars that we put in your pocket. All I'm telling you is you want to make $200, $300, $400 real quick, get some folks to fill out some applications. As we close tonight, we'll get into some questions. I'm going to leave this beach scene up because it is the summer. The wind is blowing pretty well on that tree. It's blowing pretty well outside right now as Elsa makes her way through. A couple quick things to close out. Folks, stay in the know. Read the Barricade. Stacy and Angie and the folks do an amazing job every Wednesday putting out some information. Read that sucker and share it. Read our social media, the text alerts and emails, and stay in the know. The comments I've heard from you all in the last week, I've never been this excited for as many programs as we have going on right now. Give yourself a 20% raise. Put $500 in your pocket for referring people. Sign up for events and make more money. Don't limit yourself on hours. This is some cool stuff. I love it, and I'm really excited about it. Let's get to the questions really quickly. Again, somebody asked if they were referring anybody in the last year or so. We did not have an active referral program going on in the last year or two. So the referral program starts today, and it runs 7 weeks. It goes through August 25th. So if someone fills out an application and we receive it anytime after 6 o'clock tonight, we will go, and your name is on it, we'll go ahead and start the list. Is there a time period they need to be with the company? Well, we want them to stay for a long time, but right now the easiest way for us to put $100 in your pocket was to make sure they finish class and that they work an event. We certainly do not want them to come work an event and then be done, but we understand that once we get them working, they'll find out how cool a place it is and the great people we have working here, and they'll want to stay with us. Can a person apply for the peak seasonal position that has a special situation, has to have a post to sit down, can't walk, those types of questions? I would say the job requirements are going to be much the same as what they are right now for us. There's not a whole lot of seated positions. Ticket takers are certainly standing positions, and parking attendants, where these people would generally work, are typically going to be in standing spots. So the peak seasonal spots are going to typically be places where they're not in, where they're definitely not going to be in security spots. And they're going to be in places typically in high traffic areas like the gate or the parking lot. Here's a question for Dylan. Dylan, D asked, can you email the QR code and this card so they can print their own copies? I don't know. That's a technical question. Dylan, are you able to take a picture of this and then have Greg and Patrick and Josh and Brett email the QR code out? Or can you put it on our website where they can take a picture of it, something like that?
We definitely can make that happen, and I'll work with them and make sure both departments have them.
Awesome. Joe, I see your question there about New River Valley. Mark's going to get you a direct answer on New River Valley. As you know, unique circumstance. We have some staff we love down in New River Valley, and they travel for us up to JMU and UVA, and we certainly want them to do that. So any way we can encourage you to do that, Joe, we'll get you some New River Valley answers. Mark will get you those details. What if we get someone referred in a different region? That is a spectacular question. CT or Emma, do you want to take this one, or do you just want me to give them the good news?
Go ahead and share the good news, Dan. You've been doing it all night.
Well, I don't care. Here's the good news, folks. I don't care if you live on Saturn. You can refer somebody who wants to work in Charlottesville, who wants to work in Tidewater, and you can live on the planet Jupiter. I think that's awesome. We just want some good folks. And if you live in Richmond and you refer somebody who lives in Tidewater and signs up for events to work for Brett down there, that's awesome. Our organization grows on the backs of good people, has for 20 years, and it's only way it's going to continue it is to continue doing that. So the answer to your question is absolutely refer event staff members in any region. Stacy and Patrick would ask you to refer them in the Charlottesville region. Greg's going to make his pitch for Richmond. And I'll make a pitch for Brett and Tut, since they're not on this call. We'll take them in Tidewater and Harrisonburg as well. Does the referral program include people that wish to work peak and marquee events as well as regular events? Yep, we made the decision that it's going to include anybody. So if you refer them and they're hired and they complete the 4-hour training or the full DCGS training, we will get you qualified for this program. Next question, if they work an event, are they paid $10 an hour? Yes, that is. So the peak seasonal folks will get started at $10 an hour. Now, here's some great news for this person who asked this question. Let's say you're a member of our event staff team and you're taking advantage of this $11, $12 stuff. The person you refer in, when they come to class, they're going to be asked to do the same thing. If they want to sign up for 5 football games, 7 football games, they can accelerate their rate as well. One member of our family is the same as every member of our family. So we're going to get them as involved as we can, and they'll be eligible to make as much money as they can. But your question might have been related to the peak folks. They'll start at $10 an hour and be able to work those marquee events with us as well. That's about all the questions that are in there. If there's applications already in, remember the bonus and the eligibility starts today. If you have questions of someone who might just have applied the last day or two, I really invite you to do this. I would ask you to email HR@rmcevents.com. CT, Emma, and Sheila are the best humans on earth, and they're going to take your questions and they're going to work with you. So we don't want to shut anybody out. So if you have a question about a referral or an application or when it was put in or who was eligible, please ask them about it so we can get you a good answer on that. Here's a question that just popped in there. Will there be a super bonus for the person who gets the most signed up? I love that. CT, Emma, go to work on that. And let's see if we can get a big flat screen TV or something for the super bonus for somebody. But they cannot watch any games that we're working. They have to be there to work those games on that big TV. So CT, Emma, go to work on that. And let's see if we can roll out a super announcement somewhere in mid-August. That's a secret for just you hundreds of people that are logged in now. as we remind everybody, in mid-August, we'll come out with hopefully a super bonus. Kathy, that's a super suggestion. I love it. Can a person who has previously worked for RMC and wants to return be included? CT, I don't see why not. If they're not employed by us and they want to come back, I would say bring good people back. That is all I have to say about that. Tidewater schedules, when do they come out? Greg, if you could hop on and answer the Tidewater schedule question there, or give them Brett's direct email on there to answer that. Do you have jobs in the Petersburg area? Greg, did you set this question up, Greg? So somebody just asked us if we have jobs in the Petersburg area. Tell them, Greg, go ahead.
We will have some specific events very soon in Petersburg areas. We're going to pick up some more Virginia State opportunities at the new multi-purpose center. So look for that on the schedules to come, and there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you.
This question came in, do spouses count? Spouses always count. I don't even know if Sharon's logged into this call or not, but you're not going to get me to say spouses don't count when I can't see if she's on this call or not. So spouses always count. And you know what? Exes count. Do exes count, CT? Exes even count, right? As long as they're a good person, refer them in, and they certainly count. We're happy to take some good folks. Again, we're just trying to grow with people that you like. So if you like these folks and you think they'll do a good job in our organization, and they're able to help us out in the fall, send those folks to us, and we'll get them straight. Again, a couple qualifiers as we close out. Got to be 17 or older for the peak seasonal staff positions. Got to be 18 or older for the full DCJS positions. Got to have applications beginning tonight, ending by August 25. 7 weeks from today, you have 49 days to make thousands of dollars. Go ahead and get started. They have to finish class by September 12th. And when they work their first event, $100 bonus in your check. We cleared out the question and answer. We have set a record on attendees. Super thrilled. While I have hundreds of you here, I'm not going to miss the opportunity to tell you when the schedules come out for September and October, fill them out, and please give yourself a raise. Get those 5 of 7 football games in there for the buck. Get all 7 of 7 for the $2. In the Eastern region, get the 2 Saturdays, September, 2 in October for the buck. Check all the Saturdays off. Make yourself available for them. If we don't schedule it for that Saturday, you still win. You get it. Make yourself available for every Saturday in the East and take your 20% raise. On to 9/11, I'll pay you $1.25 your hourly rate to come work events on 9/11, and $100 bill for every single person you refer in. I can't wait to add those bonuses to your checks. And that's it. Thank you very much to the panel that's here. We are 1 minute past our deadline of 6:30, so I think that's the best we've had so far. Last question just popped in there. Will you be getting more events in the Hampton and Norfolk areas? Greg, do we want to take this one? I was on a phone call today, super secret. You hundreds of people are going to be the only ones to know this, but today I had a wonderful conversation with ODU, and I would look for some expansion in the Tidewater and Norfolk areas for us shortly. We have the beach events. We've got ODU. We've got Hampton Coliseum. We've got CNU football. So to answer your question, we are working very hard. To be real truthful, we need more people. Quite frankly, if we're going to grow in that Tidewater area, we need some referrals. We get more people, we can work more events. But the conversation I had today with folks in the Tidewater region was very good. So excellent conversation. I'm heading down there next week to meet not only with ODU, but with 5 other clients in that area to help grow that region. And I'm pretty excited about it. So really thankful for you to throw that question in there in that Q&A at the end. All right, our Q&A has slowed down. It is 3 minutes past the half hour. Panelists, thank you. Any last things? Raise your hand, guys. Anything I missed from the group that's logged in with us tonight?
Just one thing, Dan, the non-DCJS folks are year-long staff members. Even though they're for busy seasons, they can be employed with us year-round. And the goal is to get them to take the class to get their DCJS license.
Awesome. Thanks, TT. I changed my location one more time. I broke into the vault and the $100 bills are spilling out. So come get them. Please come get them. HR@rmcevents.com. Any questions you got, those really smart folks over there answer them. If you got a smart question, go to those folks right there. We'll get you the answers. Again, reach out regionally to Patrick, Greg, Josh, or Brett with any regional questions you guys have. And Stacy Patrick will get you those answers in Charlottesville. Greg will get you those in Richmond. We'll get you the answers you need. Great virtually seeing everybody. Congratulations for being on the call that broke the record. Go have a wonderful evening. Duck and cover for the next few hours from Elsa. And we'll see you all very soon at an event. Good night, everybody. Thank you.